second point is that across the world, various researchers are taking simultaneously to avoid duplication of the same research without knowing that the other person is doing the same research. Do we have a repository, a indexing, and a interchanging of the information? What is the level of researchers across various scientific subjects taking place?
Right, sir.
Is that position in place?
Right, sir. That is intellectual property right. Whatever the patent you apply, they will cross check the entire research.
Okay.
Suppose you and me are working for bioethanol.
Independent of IPR.
That's what, sir.
Even before filing IPR.
That's what, sir. You and myself is worked in bioethanol preparation from paddy straw. You don't know that I am working on that. I don't know that you are working on that. Whoever applies for the patent early, he is the winner.
So whatever the patent IPR going to be given, that we can have an index, every commoner can have access to it?
No, up to 20 years it will be commercial. Whatever you want to use that patent, you have to pay the money for it.
I don't think I was clear in my asking the question. To avoid duplication of research, there should be a repository or the index whereby I go to the website at the international level and know on what subject, what research is going on, what is the state of this.
You can read the papers. Papers are open to read. Patents very difficult.
It is more advanced and more, a website like this where anybody can have access.
No, that's papers we can access any time. Patents, little restriction is there. Papers also, JACS, Journal of Academy of Sciences, Natural Journals, payment basis you have to refer. You have to pay the fee for that. Thank you. Sir. Yeah.
The question, sir. In the technology transfer agreement, you mentioned about insurance also. So can you comment a little bit on that?
Insurance of the person who is working in the factory. Suppose anything happens, if anything happens, who will pay for it? So,
what about the risk factor if it goes into the market? If it goes into the market, if the product fails in the market, so
that is different. Okay. That is product failing is the end of the project completion.
Okay.
At the beginning of the project itself, X, Y persons are going that site. Those people should be protected with insurance by the organization or industry.
Sir, thank you so much for your very good presentation about technology transfer and IP practice at industry point of view. Now I request Sri Sudhir Garu come on the dais and felicitate Sri Dr. B.V. Satyaramesh.
కొంచెం సైడ్కి లేక నువ్వే పడతావు.
Now I request Ms. V. Sravanti from ICRISAT to give presentation about IPFCs and business incubator role.
So, thank you, sir. So, I want to keep this as interactive as possible. So, before we start off, I would like to introduce myself. I am Shravanti. I am working as Officer Innovation Management at ICRISAT. ICRISAT is an international research organization involved in agricultural research. So we have a facility called Intellectual Property Facilitation Cell at ICRISAT, which is supported by Ministry of MSME. So before we start, I would like to know how many of you know that Ministry of MSME has established facilities called IPFCs, across the country. And more. Yeah. So, So I'll try to take this as an opportunity to let you all know the kind of efforts Ministry of MSME is trying to put to promote this IP culture across the country. So here in Hyderabad there are many IPFCs, and one IPFC is present at Yatra. So we've been operational since 2015. Yeah, so we've been in the system since 2015. We've been, the ICRISAT IPFC was established in 2015 with the support of Ministry of MSME, and we've been recognized as one of the Technology Innovation Support Centers by WIFO as well. So one objective why IPFCs are being established across the country is to promote the IP culture, to be more accessible to MSMEs on, whether you want whatever IP needs you have. So instead of going here and there and figuring out how to, file your IPs, where to go, whom to consult and all. So the ministry has brought in these facilities across the country for you guys to go and approach them, tell what kind of IP support that you would need, and they will assist you and assist you in filing all the IPs. So that is what the objective of IPFC is, that we help all the MSMEs to file their IPFCs, their IPs, and not just file IPs, but we also tell you whether you can file the IP or not, or if you already have an IP, how you can commercialize it, or if you have a technology but you're not sure which IP is applicable. So we help you out what IP is applicable. If you want to refine your technology, how you can refine it to make it patentable and all. So we try to do it right from the beginning, right from you have an invention, you have a technology in your mind, right from there. So making your invention patentable to until the grant of the IP is what we try to support you with. So our core strengths are, we are a team of technical expertise. Like if you talk about my team, so we have a legal head. The legal head of the organization is the coordinator for IPFC. So he's an IP attorney. Then I am a business development associate. So I can help you all with the business management aspects of your IP. And we also have a team of attorneys who can help you with filing of all the IP. Converting your invention into the techno-legal documents that all the experts were trying to explain you since yesterday. So this is the team has it's a combination of all kinds of people that are required in a IP ecosystem. So all of that is present in one facility. So when you approach IPFCs like us, we try to give you an end-to-end idea of how you need to go ahead with your IP needs or IP facilitation. So these are some of the services that we provide. We are not just confined to IP filing, but we do right from the invention harvesting, figuring out So right now we are doing it in such a way that if an MSME or an innovator comes up to us for IP support, so we try to understand what they are looking forward to. We try to understand which IP is applicable to them. We help them in understanding their technology better as well. So in times especially MSMEs, they have a technology but they don't know how to go ahead with their protection. So we try to listen to them. We kind of give them advisory consultation support, and we try to improve their technology as well, because we are an international research organization. So we have technical teams also with us. So we connect them to those teams, and we connect to the other players in the innovation ecosystem as well, who can help you improve your technology to make it patentable. So I can talk from my experience. So we had one innovator, so she had a technology but she was not sure how to scale it up or to make it patentable. So it was at one stage, so we connected her with few other players in the ecosystem from other organizations and other colleges and universities. So we tried to improve her innovation, and during the process, she was providing some information. We were doing a patent search sort of thing. The results that were coming out of the patent search, we were telling her, see, this is already there in the market. So how can you improve your technology to make it patentable? So based on the inputs that we could provide, she improved her invention. And then based on the improved version, we went for patent filing, and the patent has been granted now. So one thing that is very peculiar with ICRISAT IPFC is that many of them, they want to come ahead and file IPs, but what we do is we do a thorough kind of filtering, and we tell what is patentable, what is not patentable, because there is money involved in it. When it is a part of, when we talk about startups or MSMEs, each one of us know how, financially it is quite difficult for them to come up with a lot of operations and all. So investment in IP means, you have to have some return on investment. We will never encourage you to just go and file for IP and just have a dead IP in your hand. The motive always have to be that when you're investing in your IP, there has to be some return on investment, which means that some business is being generated out of the IP that you filed. So when you are filing for that IP, we want to assess what are the returns, what are the business aspects that you will earn after you file for IP, and then we will guide you whether you have to go for a protection or not. So in our tenure of like those 5 and 6 years, we have interacted with a lot of startups, we have interacted with a lot of MSMEs. They have an idea, but not all the ideas or not all the technologies can be patented, because some are already there in the the patent literature. So what is already there in the patent literature is already like 5 years ahead. So you come up with a technology now and you want to go for a patent, okay? So first thing that you want to know is whether this is already there in the patent literature or not. If it is already there in the patent literature, there is no point in you going and filing for a patent, because one thing is your money will, your money is at stake, and patent filing process until the grant, it is like 2 to 3 years. If it's an expedited process, it will still take you 1.5 years. So you're investing a lot of your resources, you're investing your time, you're investing your money, then you're investing a lot of technical resources also to go through all this process. So first thing that you have to figure out whether you want to go for IP or not. So that decision you can take with the help of this technology searches, patent searches, trademark searches. So figure out whether it is already, if it is eligible for going for a patent or not. And then if you get a positive response that something is not there, even if some technology is close to your invention, when you approach IPFCs, they will help you till what extent your technology is similar, what more inputs you can add to ensure that the patentability aspects increase and you go for a patent and there is a high chance of grant. So I request all of you being MSMEs to be responsible and understand the importance, how important it is for your invention also to make it patentable. So with inputs like from us, you can make your inventions better and you can make them patentable. So that is one experience that I can talk about. So these are some of the services that we provide under the IPFC umbrella. So our IPFC network, we have we work with startups, we work with MSMEs, we work with universities, colleges, single entrepreneurs, innovators, and we work with research organizations. So the network that we have, will help you give a holistic, experience or holistic knowledge. So even if we don't have resources or we don't have that expertise to help you out with, we try to connect you with some or the other one in the network that is suitable to you, and that is how we function. So how to seek IPFC support? When an innovator approaches us, you can approach us through email, you can call us as well. So first is you have to tell us what you are looking forward to. So once we understand what you're looking forward to, we'll ask you to email your requirement. Once we receive your requirement over email, we will send you something called IPFC service request form. So in that IPFC service request form, we will ask you details of what is the support that you are looking forward to, how do you want it, details about your entity, and that is how, so we initiate the services support from then on. And then if you want a patent, for example, so we will send you something called patent disclosure form. So that patent disclosure form, it will have information, we'll ask you questions about your technology. So based on the information that you provide in that form, we will do a patent search. So based on the results that come out of this patent search, we will tell you till what extent your technology is patentable, what you can improve to make it patentable. So once we get all that inputs, all the important technical inputs, if we see that fine, this is good enough to go for a patent, we start drafting the document. So even while we are drafting the document also, we come up with version 1. We share it with you because you are the ones who are developing the technology, you are the inventor, you know your technology better. We are the ones who convert your technology or your invention in a techno-legal form. But you are the ones who have to tell it whether what we are understanding about your technology is right or not. Because when we are interpreting your technology, there is a chance that we might lose that essence, or we try to understand it in a different manner. So it is your responsibility to tell us, no, this is not how it is, this is how it is, this is exactly what we are doing. So based on these multiple interactions, so we come up with like 3 to 4 draft versions. So the final version, we come up with it and we share it with you. Once you tell it's okay, whatever you've drafted is exactly what the invention is all about, then we go and file for the patent. So even after filing for the patent, there are so many, processes that you need to go ahead with. So your job is not done once an IP is filed. It's just that that first step is there, you have crossed that first milestone. Once the IP is filed, there are so many office actions that come up. If the IP office wants to seek some clarifications, they want to understand your patent better, they will come up with first examination report, second examination report. So they will ask you doubts about your invention. They will tell you that, so they go through your document. They find some patents that are already relevant to you. So they quote those patents and they will tell, see, hey, you have told this is your invention. When I was searching in our patent database, so we found these inventions these inventions similar to you. So how do you justify yourself that your patent is different from these guys? So it is your responsibility to pitch in how your technology or your patent is different from them. You have to convince the examiner. You have to convince the examiner at what points your technology is different. You have to, when I say you have to prove it, you have to prove it with all the claim documents, all the technical documents, all the test reports, lab reports, all of it. And then once you convince the examiner, that is when the patent gets prosecuted. When I say prosecution, it can either be granted, it can either be rejected. So all this is a process of like 3 to 4 years. So in my interaction with startups and MSMEs, when we go and approach these IP attorneys, few of their experiences were that they just file the IP and they don't even these IP attorneys don't even tell the next steps in the process. So the innovators are left with the confusion that what is exactly happening with my patent, I'm not sure. Or most of them are of the impression that once my IP is filed, okay, I have a patent. So that is not it. So it is important for everyone to understand that your job is not done at the process, at the filing of the IP. Once the IP is filed, you still have 2 to 3 years of process, which will include multiple iterations of examination reports, case hearings. Once you reply to these examination reports, still if the examiner is not satisfied, they will call you for a hearing. So you have to convince the examiner, you have to explain your technology, your invention to the examiner, you have to convince them. After that, they will come up with a decision. So there's a lot of process that goes into IP filing. So if you are going to an IP attorney or to get your IP filed, just ensure that they're following all these steps. And once the IP is filed, it is your responsibility to keep up, in touch with them and follow up with them to know where is your application. So what is happening with your application? So right now, if I have to compare the situation which was like 2-3 years back, or at least 4-5 years back, the pace at which the IP applications were being prosecuted, it was quite huge. It used to take around like 4 to 5 years. But I must say that IP office has been working, quite well in the last 1 to 2 to 3 years, and we've seen IPs, patents getting granted within 1.5 years to 2 years. So they're working hard. So it is important for you all to understand what exactly is the process. You have to know the basic awareness of how this IP system works, and then you have to go ahead with IP filing. So this is the IP filing process with IPFC. First you give us the information, then we do the searches, the IP search, the patent search or the trademark search with the information that you provided, and then we tell you whether how much ever it is, at what percentage your invention is good for going for IP filing. And then we file for the IP applications based on the advisory and the consultation that we give you and you improving the applications. And then once the IP is filed, we still support you until the grant of the patent. So with IPFC, it is like if you have started filing with us, until the grant we are going to support you. We won't leave you midway. So until the grant of the patent, even after your patent is granted, because we are an MSME IPFC, we help you with the reimbursement of the cost involved in this IP applications also. So I'm not sure how many of you are aware, but Ministry of MSME is providing you reimbursement for granted patents, granted trademarks and granted designs. So I did not include that in my presentation because I believe after lunch there is a session on MSME schemes which Bist sir will already explain you. So he will cover you with all that the benefits that you can get from the MSME scheme. So there is one scheme which is providing IP reimbursement. So it is for granted patents, granted trademarks and granted designs. I request you to please avail it because for Indian patents they are covering up to 1 lakh. For foreign patents they are covering up to 5 lakhs, and for trademarks they are covering up to 10,000 per trademark. And for designs also they are covering up to 15,000 per design I guess. So this is all for the granted IP. It is not for the IPs that are in process. This is for the granted application. This decision was taken because people who just randomly file IP and then they will come to claim that we filed for IP, give us reimbursement. But we'll have to ensure that there is filtering, that we are not entertaining frivolous IP applications also. So that is why they came up with this filter where it is only granted for granted IP applications. Only if your patent is registered, only if your trademark is registered, those applications can be reimbursed. And there is, at the moment, you can claim for any number of applications, and that there is no time limit as well. So anybody who have the granted IP, please go ahead and apply for the reimbursement. So I'll just give you an impressions of how our forms look and what information we actually take. So this is the IPFC service request form. So we are trying to understand what are you, what is your entity, whether it is an MSME, whether it is a startup, what kind of results are you, what kind of support that you're looking forward to, whether it is patent search, whether it is patent filing, trademark, copyright, plant variety protection, GI, all of that we are trying to capture this, and then you have to provide us some information on how you want the invoice also to be billed. Because in my experience when we were facilitating with these startups and they were going and filing for reimbursement, so the MSME ministry, they seek for a certain format in invoicing. So we understand that, and then we try to give you invoices in that format only, so that when you're applying for reimbursement, you are eligible in the proper way, all the documentation, everything is in place. Coming to the patent disclosure form. you're going for a trademark, you have to identify those relevant classes. In those relevant classes, based on the information that you provide us, we will do a trademark search. Then we will tell you whether the trademark is available for registration or not. If it's not available, we will tell you don't go for filing. And most of them, the experience that I had is they come up with some very generic names. For example, you say that if, for example, you just take this bottle, for example. So you are a company who's doing some packaged water, for that example. So you come up with a brand name called Precious Water, for example. Okay, water is a very generic name. So they will object that your trademark has a very generic name and it can't go for trademark. So generic names are not allowed. Even if you go, they will not grant you. So even if they're phonetically similar, for example, ICRISAT for instance. Now somebody wants to go for a trademark called IPRISAT. So when I'm saying IPRISAT, you can still hear ICRISAT. So there is some kind of confusion that is hitting your brain. The very purpose of trademark is to establish your brand as a unique entity, or you're branding it, right? So it has to redirect, when you hear that name, it has to redirect to that source. So when you're creating that confusion in the consumer mind, so the trademark office will not grant such trademarks also. So the similarly, phonetically similar or sounding similar trademarks also they will not grant. That is the reason Puma, Kuma, or if you go for any such trademarks, they will not grant you. So it has to be very unique. It should not be phonetically similar as well. So there are some criteria that you have to understand before going for filing of trademarks as well. So all that we try to capture here based on this information. We will give you the advisory, we will give you the consultation, and then you can go ahead and file the IP. So this is more or less the same. It's a continuation. This is some of the network that we have. So we work with all the startups, MSMEs, ministries, government agencies, universities, colleges. So we do have a holistic ecosystem. So if you approach an IPFC like us, we'll be able to help you right from the beginning until the grant. So anything that you would like to understand, I'm more than happy to help. So any questions or any doubts that you have?
Madam, yesterday you put in yesterday's example of having a fork and the spoon on either side of the same thing.
Yeah.
And it was turned down that it is not needed in the market or by the people.
Yeah.
Unless we make a pilot launch, test it, how the examiner can conclude that this will not go, this is not done.
So that is what, sir, I said, no, you will have to establish how the invention, your invention is making a difference. One aspect is if you are able to bring the cost of the product significantly.
Definitely, instead of purchasing both items separately, in one go and buying both the one in same equipment.
Yeah, then you
My point is that how the examiner can conclude on his own that will not hit the market, it will not make a mark in the market.
So the examiners, from my experience, the examiners will only give you a conclusion based on the facts that you provide. So when they call you for, supporting your case through office actions, the examination reports, the reply to examination reports, or the case hearings, you will have to give them that evidences, the substantial proofs that that can support your, the ones that you're claiming that it is giving. This is the impact that it is creating. Until and unless you don't convince them with your information, so they will not be able. They won't make their own conclusion. So they will only give you a conclusion based on the information that you provide and whatever you tell.
But do you get the crux in my question?
I get it. So that is what I'm saying.
Unless it is allowed to be tested, then only you can give a final, provisional and final, then only.
Yeah, that is why. So what you can do is, once the patent is filed, go for pilot run. When you go for pilot run, as you said, only after getting into the pilot run, getting the feedback from the users, that is when you will get a user impressions, and that is how you will convince them. So one thing is, thank you, sir, for actually raising that point. So when you are going for a patent filing, what we always tell is, before going into the market, first file your patent. After your patent is filed, then only go into the market. Because once it goes into the market, it means that it's already there in the public domain. What is there in public domain? You cannot claim the ownership. You can never claim the ownership. So what is patent is, it gives you a discrete rights. It's it gives you exclusivity of ownership. So if it is already there in the market, it means that you have lost the ownership. So if you have a technology ready, first go for filing of the patent and then go into the market. So if, for example, if you don't have all the information ready and you are in the urge to file for a patent to get that application number, go for provisional filing. So once your patent is provisionally filed, you will have 1 year's time to do the complete filing. So within that 1 year, you can provide the complete details and all. You can go for complete specification. But at least you don't have to stop your product from going into the market. Go first file that patent and then go into the market. So that is how it is now.
I missed out you. Sorry for that. But what is the leverage what we get if we come through IPFC?
One thing is, so I understand many IP facilitators are also sitting here. So
See, some tents are there.
yeah, that is what. So I would want to be very honest over here. So I mean, there are IP attorneys who are providing you facilitation support for free as well. The SIP scheme that they were talking about yesterday. So as MSMEs, it is your call who you want to go for. But the SIP scheme is there where they are doing the all this facilitation for free. One problem that we identified is with few attorneys is, I mean, they tell you that they do it for free. After 6 months of filing, they'll start asking you for the money that we are not getting money from government, so you start paying us. So at that stage, you already have your patent in the application in process. You can't go here, you can't go there, and the attorney will start troubling you to give that money.
Madam, it is holding grant.
Yeah, exactly. So your process is is stalled. You don't know where to go. You don't know what needs to be done. So that was one drawback that we saw with SIP scheme, but I don't know. There may be facilitators who are doing it honestly as well. But with IPFC, we do it at a subsidized cost. We don't cost like the law firms. We don't do it for free as well, because when we do it for free, everybody wants to do it, and we have privileged applications also coming to us. It's a filtering mechanism that we do, because when there is a cost involved, there is a seriousness also that comes along with it. So we ensure that we are not putting the startups and MSMEs also at an inconvenient position. So we do charge nominal to the point where when the patent is granted, when we say that 1 lakh is being given to the granted patents. So the entire amount that goes for patent filing, we ensure that it is in that bracket, so that whatever cost that they incurred in filing the patent through us, every penny gets back to them through reimbursement. And the reimbursement scheme is working. I help personally the startups to file their reimbursements. We have our own beneficiaries who got their IPs reimbursed. So for trademark, I think it took around at least 5 to 6 months for their trademark reimbursement to come. The patent reimbursement have already applied. The Ministry of MSME is coming back to them asking for additional information. It's not a dead scheme, I can tell that. It's definitely.
Is it over and above 1 lakh or just up to 1 lakh?
Up to 1 lakh, sir. But one good thing is, in that up to 1 lakh, they don't have a demarcation that I will not give for this, I will not give for that. The entire one, right from the start of the process to until the grant, whatever cost you have incurred, everything is eligible, but the cap is 1 lakh.
That's said and done. How about your hand holding?
As in,
How about your hand holding?
we do everything, sir. That is right from beginning to end we do it. So
Next, how many years after the grant?
so it depends, sir. If you want to go,
You got to do renewal.
yeah, we do that as well. We do that as well. So the renewals, what we do is we go for 3 years renewal. So once the day we get the grant or the certificate, we immediately go and file for the renewal also. We do it for at least 3 years. So why we don't do it for a larger time is, Yeah, after the grant, until the 3 years, you will understand your market position. You will understand whether your technology will be able to do it commercially well or not. So in that 3 years, you will be able to understand your commercial viability as well. So if you see that, it's not going in the direction that you require, or, it's not going in the direction that you anticipated. So if you want, you can go for renewal at that point in time. Otherwise, you don't see a value in it, you can just keep it like that. So the first 3 years, we definitely, and we do it at once. So that is what we do. Yeah.
The IP granting offices, right? Before rejecting any application, will they give any extensions to prove your point, or is it outright? It is not.
No, sir. It's never an outright rejection or grant. That is what I was saying. There is something called office actions. So once your patent is filed or your trademark is filed, the examiner will give you a first examination report. That first examination report he will ask you certain queries about your invention. He will try to retrieve patents that are close to you. Though we have also done our patent search, as examiners they will also do their own search. So they will retrieve some patents that are similar to your invention. Then he will send you a notice saying that, see, these are the patents that we found relevant to you, which are close to your invention. Please differentiate your invention with these. So it is your responsibility to tell how these inventions, how your invention is different from the patents that they have cited. So even if they are not happy, or if they are not satisfied with your explanation, they will issue another examination report, which is called a second examination report. Even if they feel that still they have queries, still they want to understand, they will call for a show cause hearing. So in that hearing, it is a one-to-one discussion. So if you are an inventor, you can, if you didn't have an attorney who filed for the IP, you have filed your own IP. So you will be the one who will represent your invention, and you will be interacting with the examiner directly. He will give you a chance to prove your technology, and he will ask you questions, just like how you will do it for the investor pitch, the business pitch. So that is how you will have to explain him as well, how your invention is different, clarify whatever doubts he has. If he gets convinced, he will grant or reject.
One addition.
Yeah.
Apart from the inventor, I have been granted a patent.
Yeah.
Apart from the inventor, my attorney or my advisor
they can
also
be
sits and answer the query.
Yes, absolutely. Because when you go through IP attorneys, you sign something called power of attorney. That power of attorney is you are giving the responsibility of you are giving the opportunity to the attorney to represent you before the patent office. So when these show cause hearings or the examination reports or whatever you are doing, the submissions, the attorney will do. Even the inventor also can accompany those discussions. So because we also encourage that, because attorneys might not understand certain technicalities, but the inventor knows all the technical details.
One more addition. While speaking to the examiner, in the what is called case when we are speaking
show cause hearing,
show cause notice, there itself we will come to know that we are satisfied with you, we will be sending you. Another thing, we can send the examiner also agrees to take a copy of our reply and the correction she does. They do it.
Yeah.
They send it back to us. Then we again submit and get the.
Absolutely.
All this within 15 days.
Yes, absolutely. So whenever a clarification is being asked by the patent office, everything is recorded in a written format as well. So once the show cause hearing happens, so whatever has been discussed or whatever has been, whatever points that you have proven, you have to submit that in the written format as well within 15 days, that just like you have mentioned. So after it is recorded in the written format as
unofficially they also helped us. The examiner also helped us, telling that remove this point, keep this point, we will give you. Then we can remove one or two claims or one or two points so that they give us a patent.
Yeah, that is what, even in the claims also they will tell you these claims are already there. These claims are already there in the other patent this thing. So if you remove these claims, your invention will become patentable. So remove those claims and we will grant you a patent. It will be the time.
No, even after writing the report back, unofficially, speaking on phone, See, they
I
want
can't,
us
sir,
to-
representing a government entity, I cannot talk on their behalf or talk about their unofficial means.
No.
I can't
They
do that on
want to
this
help-
platform.
They
That is
want
what
to
I'm
help
saying.
MSME.
Yeah, they definitely want to help
Yes.
MSMEs, but I am not sure till what
I
extent they are
have gone
helping.
through, so I am
Yeah,
telling you.
yeah.
They are not relatives to us. They don't know we don't know each one of us, but they are helping.
Absolutely. The amount of awareness sessions that parent office has been doing, the IP offices have been doing in the last 1-2 years, they've been trying to get in touch with innovators, they've been trying to interact directly with innovators and tell the kind of work that the patent office has been doing. This kind of visibility was not there before. At least I can tell in the last 3-4 years the kind of visibility even they have provided to IPFCs like us. It was not there before. It was something that the culture that has come in the last 3-4 years. So definitely that is what I'm saying. In this IP culture, this IP ecosystem, every player, every stakeholder is trying to come and help us out. So in that, IP office is one, Ministry of MSME is one, IPFCs like ours is one. We have Association of Attorneys also who are coming ahead, coming and wanting to join IPFCs also, so that they can facilitate IP applications through us. So one thing is, if you go through IPFC, I can tell one thing is your IP application is not lost case. So we take care that until the grant of patent, we definitely take care. We never leave you in between. So right from the beginning until the grant, we are always there. So I don't know if that works with individual attorneys or how it is. I don't want to talk negative about them, but I can tell positively about us is from our experience. We ensure that until the grant, we are there with you. Whatever it is, any office action, we draft the applications based on our inputs. We do all the drafting, we do all the submissions. You just have to support us in giving all the information that is required. It is our job to draft the documents to represent you on behalf of you to the examiners and all. So that is how the IPFCs function. And I am talking about ICRISAT IPFC. There are many other IPFCs also. You can take your call which IPFC you want to go ahead with, and then it is up to you. My job is to tell what we are doing. Your job is to understand who is the one who can help you out the best, and you can approach us.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
One last.
Yes.
You mentioned about this incubation facilitation.
Yeah.
So do you cover other domain areas other than?
So for IP, there is no demarcation. Like we are a team of techno-legal team, right? So the law is same, or the IP laws are same for any technology. Okay. I mean, when we are drafting.
I'm talking about the development of the
If ICRISAT has an incubation facility, so they take all the agri-related and agri-applied technology. IP filing is not domain restricted. Incubation is. Yeah. For agriculture and allied sectors. So any other queries? I want to understand how many of you have filed IP. So is it granted or is it in filing stage? How many of your IP is granted?
In our CBIT, we have got about 9 granted.
Yeah. Yesterday sir was also mentioning.
I am displaying also.
So now that you know all the filing process, just review whether you have gone through the right process or not. Even if you want to go in the right direction, now you know what exactly has to happen. So ensure that you are following all the protocol and all, and help yourselves first to get it filed. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Savanti Garu. You have given a very good, wonderful session on how IPFCs are working. Here NIMS may also having one more IPFC, and in Vizag and Anantapur, JNTU college, like that many across India. MSME already supported and established many IPFCs. You can avail the services through that. So now I request Madam Adhya Bhanu Garu come on the dais and illustrate Ms. Sravanti. So in this IP Yatra, some of the products are also displaying here like patented, geographically indicated products and some copyrights. So we'd like to give them also some chance to explain their about products. So first, Mr. Mohammed Muntazuddin, please come on the dais and explain about your product. He's from Energic India Limited.
ఇటు రండి, అటు వస్తే మరి బ్లాక్.
Very good afternoon. So very good afternoon to all. Right. My name is Mohammed Muntazuddin. Today I am going to give presentation on energy Kangan water. Right. So just I will take your valuable time 15 minutes. In 15 minutes I am going to share you the information, okay, regarding energy Kangan water. Actually the drinking normal water, it will change into healthy water. So how it is going to be done, that live demonstration I am going to show you now. So welcome to Energic India Kangan Water Private Limited. Change your water, change your life. The caption of this company is change your life, change your water, change your life. Right? So in today's session we are going to discuss regarding this three things. First, self-introduction, company profile. Then next, water information, 3 properties of water and 7 types of water. So before I start, I will give my self-introduction. My name is Mohammed Muntazuddin. I am working as an energetic entrepreneur from last 3 years. Right? So today I am going to share you information regarding normal drinking water and alkaline ionized drinking water. Right? So, yeah.
అక్కడే ఉన్నాను, కరెక్ట్గా ఉంటాను.
Energy Kangan water, it will change normal water into healthy water. Actually the tap water, if you connect to this device, it will convert into healthy water with 3 excellent properties, that is antioxidant, microclustering and alkalinization. Okay, so energetic water ionization system transfer regular tap water into pure healthy drinking water, rich drinking water with 3 excellent properties. Right? So about the company profile, it's a Japanese company. From last 48 years it is there in the market, right? And licensed as medical device manufacturer. Licensed as medical device manufacturer, and it has got certificates ISO 9000-2005 and medical certificate ISO 13485. Actually our product is a medical device. For that medical device standard 13485 certificate is needed. Right? Then patented, international patented unique water ionizer in the world. It has got international patent rights from the NL, right? Then rated as Six Sigma company. Means before going out of production, 1,000 tons quality, it will be tested. For that, it has been awarded with Six Sigma company. And first used in Japan hospitals for 20 years. Then in domestic, after 20 years it has come. And the device is made up of medical grade titanium plates with double dip platinum. Okay? And OEM is nothing but original equipment manufacturer. From pin to everything is manufactured in the company itself. And next is top industry leader in water ionizers. There are so many companies in water ionizer. The first top leader in this water ionizer is Energy. And notable endorsement and recognition. Company has got so many international awards and documentations regarding this water ionizer also. And A-rated member of Better Businesses. Right? So why water is so important? So today, why water is so important? As you know, in universe there is 3/4 is water, 1/4 is earth. Like that, our body is made up of more than 75% water. As you see in this slide, so more than 75% water is there, sir. So in our brain, 75% water is there. In brain, 75%, in blood, 83%, in heart, 79, 80% lungs, kidney, 83, and bones, 22, and muscles, 75. So our body is made up of more than 75% water only, sir. So if we give healthy water to our body, so our body will remain healthy, sir. So our body needs healthy water. Okay? So actually the normal water which we are giving, because of that, we are getting 172 different types of diseases. So our body needs healthy water. So different types of our drinking RO water. Actually, this RO water, can anybody tell when RO water has been introduced? Actually, in 1964, RO water technology has been introduced in America, in submarine. So they used to work in submarine. So there was no drinking water. So to change that salt water into sweet, this technology has been introduced. But it has adopted in India and it has copied. Okay? And now we are drinking Now we are drinking this different source of RO water, plant, bubble can, then RO, then bubble. When we go outside, we will buy this 20 rupees bottle and use it. So here there is a question for you. Is all RO water is good for health? Right? Means the water which we are drinking, is it good for health or not? Right? So if you can tell yes, I am telling no, then what WHO is telling, you can see in this. World Health Organization, this is in their website. Okay? So disease and early death is more likely to be seen with the long-term drinking of distilled and RO water. So lot of diseases are coming, and disease and early death is taking place because of RO water. This word I am not telling, it is mentioned in their website, in World Health Organization, WHO website. So these are called as 5 miracle places. These are called as 5 miracle places. From last 1,000 of years, those who are living there, the lifespan of these people is more than 110 years. So the scientists have done research, what is the reason for living 110, 120 years. So they found that the water which they are drinking has got these 3 properties, that is antioxidant, alkalinization and microclustering. And these are the places: France, Mexico, then India, Germany and Makka water. In India it is a starting point of Ganga water. So actually lightning, the technology has been used in devices, lightning. So the power of lightning means when lightning falls on a person, person will die. If it falls on a tree, the tree will die. So if the lightning falls in a ocean, the salt water will become sweet. So that kind of electrocuted power is there in that lightning. Based on this lightning power, Japan company has introduced a medical device in the year 1974 using the sunshine technology. And the water means normal water, if we connect to this device, we get this healthy water with these 3 properties: antioxidation, microclustering and high alkalinity. So we are going to show you the live demonstration on these 3 properties. The first property is antioxidation. So I am taking breath. Because of that, in our body we are getting crores of free radicals, right? So for example, you can see an apple, if you keep that apple in your fridge for 1 month without cutting, it will be sitting safe, right? Once you cut, it takes oxidation. Like that in banana also, in brinjal also, we can see with our eyes that oxidation is taking place. Like that in our body also, oxidation is taking place. Because of that, our age is decreasing, means aging process is taking, and crores of free radicals are generating in our body. So means actually the water which we are drinking, we need negative ORP, minus ORP is needed. So negative ORP and positive ORP. So if you see in positive, tap water is there, sports drinks and RO water is there. If you see in minus, vitamin C, green tea and Kangen water is there. So we have got 1 meter to test that reading also. So we will test these waters here. Just in 5 minutes we will complete the session. This is Kelly water. This is Sprite. Any carbohydrate drink it is, but I have taken this because it looks like water. This is Kangen water which we are discussing, right? So here I have taken 3 samples. One is Kenley, RO water, Sprite and Kangen drinking water, right? So with meter we will test this. So actually minus ORP is good for health, plus is bad for health. So with this meter we will test.
Speed up.
This is ORP meter. So minus ORP is good for health, plus is bad for health. So actually the water which we are drinking, we should get minus ORP, right? So this is RO water which we are drinking. Can anyone see this reading? Plus or minus? Plus 500 plus, right? And this is Sprite. It is also showing positive. And this is Kangen water. Minus. Right? So minus is good for health. Okay? Minus sign has come.
200.
So one small question. Is alkaline water, are they selling separately anywhere?
Yes sir, just once after 5 minutes I will discuss regarding this. Okay? So actually our body needs positive. So our body needs negative ORP water, but we are drinking positive, sir. Right? Next. So actually, electron chart as per 1 liter ORP, sir. Actually the water which we are drinking, normal water, if we drink 1 liter of water, we are getting only 100 antioxidants. But in a full day we drink 4 liters of water. So we are getting only 400 antioxidants. That is not balancing free radicals, because of that we are getting disease. And if you drink Sprite, plus 400 has come, and you are getting only 1 antioxidant, which is very bad for health. Okay? Whereas Kangen water we have seen, you will get 600 ORP, negative ORP, but I am taking only 249 minus. Okay? drink 1 liter of Kangan water, you are getting 100 crores of antioxidants. So this water also we drink 4 liters. So we get 400 crores antioxidants, which will stable our body and it will protect from free radicals. Right? So next, the comparison: 1 glass of Kangan water is equal to 16 glass of green tea, right? And 1 glass of Kangan water is equal to 1 kg blueberry. So this is first property, sir. Second property, pH value. Actually, the water which you are drinking, you should drink above 7.5 pH as per WHO. Right? So these are pH drops when we used to study in school. That litmus paper used to be there. We used to test with this. So just I will put two drops this, and we will test what is the color of that. So our body needs about 7.5 pH water. Actually, the water which we are drinking, we will test with this pH drops. Right? So see this. This is Kelly water. 1, 2, 3. This is Sprite. This is Kangan water.
What are you adding, sir?
This is pH, litmus paper, right? So it's a universal indicator. Okay. So this is Kelly pH. It is showing only 3 to 4. It is showing 3 to 4. Means our body needs about 7.5 pH. But which water we are giving? 5 to 6. So acidic water we are giving to our body, right? And this is Sprite, which is showing 1. Very bad for health.
Okay, sir, I think you have told the concept. Concept is alkaline water is good for health, and even in our Ayurveda, they say we have this three kinds of food: sattvic, tamasic, and rajasic. Yes, so sattvic are all pH value higher than 7. That is good for health. So you can, gentleman is here and his product is here. You can contact him, and we have got other inventors who are waiting, to showcase their invention, tell about their invention. So we have one of our IP beneficiaries, Guntakal. Yes, Parshuram sir. Yes, please.
Okay, just those who are interested, they can come to the stall. We will explain you in detail. Okay.
No, one question. Alkaline water can we buy anywhere? Are we getting in Hyderabad?
No. Alkaline ionized water you will not get, sir. Alkaline water you will get, but alkaline ionized water you will not get.
We can make at home. No. Where exactly?
We can apply the alkaline black water, so we have
It is already counted in the market in 2016 from 48 years it is there, but in 2016 it has come. That is what we are giving awareness regarding this product.
Yeah. Available. 1,000 rupees per liter.
Yes. So alkaline there is
That can be made in the house.
if you taste the water, it will be blue color. We already tested the water. So there are many companies which are giving alkaline water, but it is only property with alkaline. No other properties are giving. So it will be cheaper in cost.
Smaller than 2,77,000. 77,000. There are 4 products here. One is 2,18,000, another is 2,77,000, another product is 3,43,000, another is 3,97,000.
What is lifetime?
25 to 30 years. Yes, sir. No, nothing. One time. Just after consuming 10,000 liters of water, you have to fill it up filter. That will cost you 8,000 rupees. There is no other maintenance for this.
How often you have to fill it?
After consuming 10,000 liters of water.
How do we know?
Means every day how much you need based on that.
About 10 liters per day.
10 liters per day, 10,000 divided by 10. That is around after 3 years you will have to fill the filter.
Cost 8,000.
8,000. Zero maintenance.
And he
States will be the same, sir. There is no difference. Regenerate your cells, body cells. Thank you. Still another 5 minutes if they can give, I can complete the demonstration. Directly you can connect municipal water to this. Yes. Yes.
hey,
Suppose if you are having RO water, then you have to adjust through RO technology. Right? If you are getting municipal water, in my house, directly I am connected to this municipal water. No, in my house I am doing directly I have connected to municipal water only.
If you have RO plant at home, then you can otherwise.
Based on TDS, sir. If your RO water has more than 1200, 1300 TDS, then with that RO you have to connect. You have to adjust that reading. Actually, TDS should be in between 150 to 300. It is good for them. It is very bad, sir. That is a 30-40 they are providing. It is very bad. Because of that one, we are getting so many types of problems in our body. Yes.
It should be 150 to 300.
150 to 300. No, TDS. TDS. With RO water, if you test, you get 30 or 40.
What is TDS?
30. 30. Yes. With the test, we have got TDS meter or something.
Should be 150.
Yes, sir.
Proven.
Yes, sir. Proven.
So all of you are free. So in case you want to buy the product, you can contact them. So he is the authorized distributor, I think, for that. And you can buy from him. Our guys also from our office, few of them have purchased the product. So, I don't know, how the product is.
yeah.
Thank you so much for your presentation.
అవి తీసుకోండి అవి అక్కడ
హలో మార్నింగ్ ఎవరిబడి
సార్ మీరు ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేస్తే కరెక్ట్గా కనపడుతుంది లేకపోతే బెర్ర వచ్చేస్తున్నారు
నేను కనపడతాను
అక్కడికి
ఓకే
ఇటు నుంచి వేసి వస్తారా సరిపోతుంది మీకు స్క్రీన్ కనపడుతుందా
కనిపిస్తాను ఓకే మై నేమ్ ఇస్ పరశురామ్ ఎక్స్ మేనేజర్ ఇన్ హెచ్ఏఎల్ 15 years 17 years I was in HAL. During HAL during college time itself I thought of making a alternate to reciprocating engine. So reciprocating engine in my opinion was very inefficient way of converting energy from reciprocating to rotary and so many auxiliary parts like motor weights and all that. Okay. So then I thought of doing that thing. Then I studied some geometry. There is a theorem that arc subtended by a 90 degrees. The circle will be divided into two segments, whose ratio will be 10. Exactly. Arc subtends at the center of circle, subtends the angle of 90 degrees. The ratio of segments, area of the segments, northern one to northern one is 10. That formula applied and went on trying it with a rotary vane. So vane must be rotating inside, sliding, expanding and contracting. That's why I thought of this thing, and after a lot of studies, I made a prototype. Then applied for a patent in 2013. 2019 I got the patent. It was there. After getting patent, I applied for the reimbursement and also granted. There. a small simple animation I have done. This is my prototype before applying for a patent. I ensured that it works. For that I did a lot of experimentation. My own money, some lakhs I spent to get that, make things work. Only then approach for patent office. After 2013 February 4th, I got it in. This is a basic principle. So it is very primitive and simple. You can see, none of my friends made this. So this chamber is divided into two parts. Circle is divided into two parts, a smaller chamber and larger chamber. Actually it works like a two engines separated at an angle of 180 degrees. For a spark plug I get a, there is a red spark comes everything. So this is a valve, inlet valve, that outlet valve, very simple animation I did. This is self-explanatory. I started a YouTube channel also, Indian Drone Engine. That also you can see. YouTube channel name is Indian Drone Engine. Then I realized that this is have a more potential for a drones because of it, what's called weight, power to weight advantage. Then I started marketing and trying to get some customers. So this is the basic principle, and it works. There are two issues to this. Earlier rotor engine by Wankel had two disadvantages. One is leakage of compressor from end covers that he could not overcome. And then rotor tips are wearing out very fast, limiting the life of that engine. These things are taken care of in my design in some other way. So it's a very simplistic way of this. Actual thing is very more complicated than this. So making a vane expand and contract at the same time, stick to the inner surface of the cylinder is a complex task. I have done it. So this only is a pictorial representation. Cannot be done. Yesterday somebody saying that someone objects to this patent application, it will be rejected. Nobody objected and I got it. Somehow. I had two examinations. I was called to patent office and told to submit objections to the Russian, American and Japanese designs. I submitted and they were convinced and issued my patent in October 2019. Since then I am looking for investors. Thank you. Any questions? Please. Here is my patent.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
So this was very influential in impressing me, not me, what's called reimbursement also.
We did a small help, getting the reimbursement done for the expenses he has incurred in the patent. It took very long, to get the patent granted. You can see the application filing is 2013.
Yes, sir.
But the grant date is below
2019. October 2019.
There were objections from, like you said, US, Japan and Russia.
Russia, yes, sir.
Yes, so so that was in their language.
Yes, I translated.
So it has to be legally translated and then
submitted my clarification. They were convinced. Thank you very much. One success story of our MSME department.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sridhar Rao, co-founder of Amprosynthesis Biotech, which is a biotech startup located at Genpack Road. I am a former chief scientist from Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology, sister organization of IICT. I come from a different background because CCMB, the charter of CCMB was completely different. It's an institution meant for basic research only when it started with Dr. Bhargava. So we were not even allowed to submit projects independently. Whereas our sister organization IICT was on technology mode, transferred so many technologies to companies, and they used to get a lot of revenue also from that. So my acquaintance with patenting IP protection came from almost 2000. We had a Limitly project from CSIR where we developed DNA-based diagnostic technology for identification of pathogens that cause eye diseases. That was my first exposure to application-oriented research and, of course, patents. So in this Limitly project, we had doctors from all over India representing various clinics from All India Institute of Medical Sciences to Arvind Eye Hospital in Madurai, and we had from Bombay. So that we had a team. In this team, we had one industrial person also. He is also basically a medical doctor and a PhD from medical science. So in this process, we developed technologies initially for eye diseases, and the kit was launched in 2006. At that point of time, we didn't know what a technology transfer is, and we didn't know what IP rights and IP product. We just wrote it on a piece of paper and we gave it to the company person to take care of that technology. And anyway, that's a game-changing technology. At that time, satisfaction was that it's for a social service. So we are happy that a common man can be, a common man is used for a common man. Then the same technology, same platform technology we have extended to detect pathogens which cause some other diseases like brain fevers, sepsis, and also antibiotic resistance. That's my first exposure for patent. Later on, after I retired from CCMB, I am associated with Oncosimis, which is founded by my own student, Mr. Sudarshan. He is not here because he is out of station, and so I have to represent this. Oncosimis basically is at least as of now, it's an IP generating company. We develop technologies for production of proteins and peptides for various applications. Our flagship project is a grant from National Biopharma Mission for production of pembrolizumab, an antibody used in cancer therapy. So that's our flagship project, and the initial technologies for vector design, vector compilation, everything.
Repeat that, sir. What is the agency?
Oncosimis Biotech. Oncosimis Biotech. NBM, National Biopharma.
Who gave the grant?
DBT, World Bank together. It's a huge grant for a startup. Initially, we are supported with a 50 lakh grant from DBT on the big scheme. So we generated vectors and we closed that project. That's completely patented. And then we got into this National Biopharma Mission, jointly funded by DBT and World Bank. So for sustainability, because we ventured into proteins and peptides, we have about 14 employees. We have to, as a biotech company, we need a lot of equipment and expenditure, which is not possible for a startup company. So initially we were incubated in CCMB Incubation Center. Now we have moved to a private campus. We have basic minimum support equipment purchased from various grants. Now we are into some mode where we are supporting projects that are outsourced to us. For example, during COVID time, we helped one biopharma major to produce vaccine. I can say it's a Sputnik vaccine. To manufacture Sputnik vaccine in India, Reddy Labs was getting the Sputnik vaccine from Reddy Labs and packaging and then distributing. Out of the 6 companies which the parent company outsourced, almost 5 dropped because they couldn't go further. One of the biopharma major approached us for help, and we helped from starting the basic lab establishment, and we produced some 30 million doses of Sputnik vaccine, and that's given to Russian company, parent company for analysis, and appeared to be much better than their original product. That's one way. Second thing, we developed technology for COVID antibody identification. It's a very biophysical type of technique where we used biolayer interferometry. It's a light-based system. where we use a quartz probe, immobilize some proteins, and we detect COVID antibody. The sensitivity of detection was good, and sometimes better than RT-PCR, because RT-PCR you need to have some minimum DNA or RNA fragments or related DNA fragments. But here, once a person is exposed to a virus, antibodies are developed, and we are able to capture that low antibodies to tell which person is exposed to COVID. So one of the other biopharma majors which produced vaccine for all of us also took our help to parallelly check the efficiency of their own vaccine. So
talk about cancer related, sir.
Yes.
Talk about cancer.
Yeah, I will. So these are all these things. So all these technologies, although we help in the outsourced way, and we have generated the process. We have generated a few trademarks, and also we have got some patents for our vector designs for protein production. So MSME, I gratefully acknowledge the help from MSME financial support for both the trademarks and the generating the patents. In cancer therapy, we now come across a word called immunotherapy. Immunotherapy, wherein we generate antibodies which can interact with some proteins produced from the cancer cell or produced from the defending cell, and then allow our own immune system to boost up. So normally what cancer cell does is it disguises itself as a normal cell and produces some growth, some factors which will make your immune system subdued. So once you release that block, that's what we call as a checkpoint. Once you release this block by using antibodies, then our own immune system will get activated and will kill the cancer cells. Now immunotherapy is taking different stages and phases. Now this is one of the most lucrative area for industries to come, because lot many checkpoint break proteins are coming up in the market. So that's what I didn't have any presentation because I came from a different place now. Straight away came to this.
And sir, you have commercialized, you have some licensing agreements of your patents. You can talk about
basically, we haven't.
Your website, sir?
Pardon?
Your website?
Oncosimis.com. www.oncosimis. ONCOSIMIS. Because it represents two things. Onco is cancer. Simis stands for similars. In biosim, SIMI. Yes.
Is it R&D lab, sir?
It's basically at this point it's R&D lab. We have generated some, we have not completely licensed our technologies because we are still in a primitive stage. We are still in a primitive stage and a lot more work needs to be done.
What are you looking at?
We are looking at establishing our own manufacturing unit which requires a GMP facility, which is huge, expensive, and at this point of time we are trying to generate funds for our own sustenance and growth, which I think we have done reasonably well.
You have a value proposition documentation?
No, not yet. We are not. Basically I am from a scientific background. All the finance background is taken care by my founder.
Please get in touch with us.
Yeah, sure, sir. So that's how the MSME helped us in filing almost. We got almost 10 patents that are even sanctioned and about 20 patents are filed. Some of which, and we got the financial support from it. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, I am open. Thank you.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I want to just tell you about how I came into patents. Even I don't have an idea of taking patents, and how I turned into entrepreneur. Because today, whenever we see here, very few seats are occupied. Why not all the seats are not occupied? Do you think that all people know about the summit is going on? Is it not? Basically, I am a doctor. I am a critical care medicine. You know how busy I am. But it is our responsibility to carry our country in the field of innovations. I think every school children are also having very great innovations, but unable to come up. Why? Because they think that this is not my path. Even MSME is conducting serial workshops or seminars or advertisements. I think it is not going to reach to every level, because not only the students, there are many laymen who are unable to know about this. We have a great entrepreneurs. So I want to tell we have to carry our shoulders, because I want to appreciate that sir, and that sir, I don't know your names, just, yes sir, because Shavanti madam told everything about how to file the patents, and I studied many things, but there, the story never ends. The story just starts is the first step, but the story, what the difficulties they told, and what the sir is now facing, is a critical point. So this is the three parts with whom we came now is very important in this session now, because we practically faced all the problems. So first, I don't want to go much introduction. Just I show you how I got patents from small ideas. Sir, please open MSME. So please everybody please understand what they both told. It's very important, sir. Everybody knows. MSME, sir. MSME, no? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, yeah. This is the patent. See, this is the problem with the innovators. We are not very good in PowerPoints or not caring about everything. After you innovate, not only we, when you also, sir, step into the innovations, you forgot everything. That is the feel of enjoyment. Sir was telling yesterday, when you don't have returns, why we have to file the idea? No. The enjoyment what you get when your idea comes into the picture, that is more valuable whatever you earn. Even many innovators who is going a very good entrepreneurs are very badly stuck up with financial problems. Why? Because they are not satisfied with money. Do you know, the real person never satisfied with money. Like scientists, sir, you ask them how humbly he is sitting from every session, they don't get a few people. But we are like some young people, why they will run out for food when they start? Because the thing is, we don't need money. So I just myself, a small idea will start to great ideas, great entrepreneurs. So we never listen to our family members also. One stage will come that really be happy with us. So that is my patent, sir, how I got the ambulance. Because I have seen many patients stucking up in ambulance in traffic. So I want to find a solution. So these are the diagrams. I will explain in later when anybody comes, because I think I don't have some more time to explain them. So that is, sir, another slide. That is in the no, sir, you have to store it. Yeah, that is the idea how I got. See, sir, in Hyderabad, when there is a 10-feet bus, a small 6-feet ambulance is there, just before the traffic constable. If we just remove the bus outside, the ambulance will pass. That also we are unable to do in the traffic. Why? Because there is a sound pollution, there are many things. Because the same idea how I got is, When a people is a very short in a group of people, how we identify? We lift the hand. The same idea I got. Why can't we make the light, ambulance light, to stand up, down? Then easily we can find out the ambulance. Then the policeman can easily give away. Is it not? But many people think that, okay, this idea may be somewhere. Actually what they told us, when I went to the patent office to IVA, just they told that 70 years back one person has already done. So this will not be, you don't get patent, they told me. So when my patent, that one is having a latest one, a small slit is there and a camera is there for that. So sensor. So it will go the radius and it will go to the stations. If you see in the Hyderabad, that turning from RTA office to the Ramalayam and turning, if the ambulance stops at Ramalayam, it won't go. So I have first started with RF technology. Then they told that there is a variation in that immediately. So they accepted that one. But it will not work out everywhere. So immediately we have another model, this one. And this is a very advanced model which we can do without any infrared or anything. This easily cross the ambulance. I can explain later. Next. This is how I got the patent, sir. And one more thing. Yeah, this is how I have designed 3 types of models. But the thing is, why I am telling patent offices or MSMEs are most important is, we are different backgrounds. And if we just don't have the similar diagrams correctly, maybe our idea is patented, but we may miss. So this is very needed for us to go for very experienced people. So nowadays, very happily they are conducting this type of classes. Awareness came, but before when I was there, I was also what sir both are telling how many times. It's very difficult. So it's our responsibility to reach to the students also. So next question. 3. See, this is my design patent. This idea I got just in 2 minutes. Only 2 minutes. How? Sir, this is a diagram. Design patent diagram. Not patent, another diagram. See sir, what is the difference? It is a sanitizer. Is it not? In COVID time, I got the idea. See, it's a T-shape, social hand distancing. Okay, when we are keeping a sanitizer, everybody is standing in a line in every way, and there is a contamination problem. When? So this is a small idea where I got this T-shape. But everybody don't ignore. Maybe it don't have much value in the market. We don't get much money, and it will not cost much money also. A small idea. But when a person will get this design patent, how energy you will get? Really, you tell me, one small idea. If you just leave it, that means you are missing. This is how I got this one. It's in just 2 minutes time. Immediately I got this. Next. Yeah. I don't know how to, I just made it. No, I'm 5 things. 5. Yeah, this is a automatic bumper system for a car. You may ask, what is the relationship between your medical and this? See, when there is a problem, just the solution is just decided. For any problem, they should not be we may not think that I am a mechanical engineer, I am a doctor, or I am a chemical. Nothing is like that. For everything we will get. So this is the automatic bumper system. What the idea for me is, when my car has got bumper system problem, they told, the mechanic told me, sir, bumper system means RTA does not agree, because airbag will not open because of the bumper systems. Then I thought, every person, we don't think that bumper means it will protect our life. Just we think that the costly car, when we are using a small scratch, also gives us a lot of problems. We have to spend more and more money. Is it not? 90,000, 30,000, 50,000. So that is why we will go for the bumper. We don't think that it will save our life. Okay. So what I thought is, why can't we keep a airbag type bag and a bumper system when the other vehicle is coming, when it inflates, and after finish, when it is not there, it will go down. Actually, it is not. If video is there, you will understand. This is a small idea. So this is also not there. And for me, I got objection for everything. I got objection from US. Every time objections we don't get from internally. Many times we will get objections from outside countries only. But here the patent services people are very experts how they will do it. So finish it, sir. I will explain all this. So finish it. What is it? Yeah, this is one more patent. Yeah, in COVID, I also designed no mask, no entry. You all know that term is mine only. I only designed that term, no mask, no entry. Because we easily know how to, when there is no mask means, immediately when 22nd COVID starts, this idea I implemented on 24th. Hello?
Copyright.
Yeah. For this, just I thought, in airports, railway stations, how to find the COVID patient when they are not, the temperature is high. So I kept that we know everybody that there is a security check. We have to pass through the security check. Why we should not keep a temperature box for the security check? Why we should not keep a barrier for that? When we don't pay toll tax, immediately the bar will come. So when the person is passing through that lane with a temperature, without sanitation, then why can't we immediately put bar? This is a small idea. Immediately I called to the patent person during that time. They recorded it. So this is how. I know, because provisionals, everything will be there. Whatever the SARs are telling, 100% reimbursement. If we are not clever, really we will be cheated by many companies. Because for me, my brother is there, he was patented with 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs like that. The government will give anything. When the trademark design is just 4,500 up to 10,000. If we give to any other trademarks like 20,000, 30,000 rupees, we don't get anything. So we have to be intelligently, we have to know the information and we have to do it. So I think these information they will give. Okay, finish.
This is granted?
Yeah, this is also granted, but I kept like this. I will have to pay. Six is there. And how I am 6 or finish it, sir. This is finished. Actually, so I don't know how to make PPVs or all these things. Yeah, just I want to show the images how I have done it. Anything you can open. Sir. This is a follow robo. How the engineering students don't know that video. I will show small video is there. Okay, sir. Leave it. So this is how I turned into entrepreneur. How can help to the students, young people. Because many engineering students, even they are completing mechanical, they don't know about Arduino board. They don't know about Raspberry Pi. Even they are telling they finished mechatronics. See, even how my ideas came into power means, luckily, one person from Delhi, he is just age of 23 years. That person from 14 years onwards, this is a auto. How I detected auto without mobile phone. Without mobile phone, how can we, in villages we can do? We can book seats. And next, sir. Yeah, anything you can do, no problem. This is next one. Maybe it's not there. Yeah, this is how we have designed the color. This is my institute in East Godavari. One is I have in Karimnagar, and one is we kept in there. So this is the follower of how we have done differently. For very 10,000 rupees. In market it is now 3 lakhs to 4 lakhs. They are taking in hotels. Okay. So we can reduce the price. So this is how we can easily get money if the small entrepreneurs come into the existence Really the marketing person now, just now we have listened some very big companies. The same water now Ayurvedic companies doing in a different way. When we come into the existing small entrepreneurs, all the prices will come down. And the exports from India will go down, will up. Is it not, sir? This is the small, that is the reason I am telling everybody, even it is a hard to us, even we are doing a jobs or anything, better we have to encourage everyone to do this. Just to pass a small message. This is a small clip. See, for this clicks in China, I got the price photo price. See the small, this bus, do you understand how I clicked the photo? It is a bus. The person is sleeping, actually snoring. And the other side there is a sea. And I clicked the photo. He is the whole what I have captions. Another photo is not those. 6 you can go, 6 you can go. Yeah, this is what I have designed. Mother milk, how you can understand I have written. Next. Anything, sir, anything. See, everybody thinks China is a very great innovators and happy. I was succeeded in China showing my presentation because in China cancer is more because of smoking. Next photo. Yeah, see how my hands like that. For that design I got the award. Means they will give, when we meet here, we'll give some things, but they will give the cigarettes to everyone. So have next. This next. So our Ayurveda is very good than everything. This is how I made the stethoscope there. So here the doctors, 2 doctors can have listen and 1 patient they can see. Because when we teach to the, here in India, we have only 1 earpiece and 1 diaphragm. When the doctor, means when the teacher will tell to the student, listen the manman means we don't understand really. Because it's exchanging. Just with that piece it is available, students can make it. So now I think 3D printer is a very good concept for everybody who can mind their ideas. This is a small picture of how I have done, how the world is creating. So these things made me to go for patents. Yeah, how lungs are burning, I have done with cigarettes. Yeah, these are my students. And now I started a small for students. So we are explaining how to give patents and everything. Because I just, as earlier I told, one institute is not enough to tell everything. Everyone must take responsibility to how to give education for the small children. I think, sir, that is my another one. This is my exports and handicrafts also we are promoting for small handicrafts people. These are all we are doing to Lapakshi. We are the Lapakshi Golconda. These are the electrical vehicles. Also have designed that how to book patients. So one company came and approached me. Because of my company, yesterday they told no, sir. When a company is having a patent, really the name will be in a different way. Yesterday only I got an opportunity with Qatar government that they appointed me as Indian ambassador for them to because they have seen the Vizag summit and they selected me seeing my website. And yesterday they sent me letter for electrical buses, electrical cars and everything. This is how these patents sometimes our product may not work. But don't ignore, sir. Whenever you have an idea, please try it. Maybe that idea will go to different part and it will show your worthiness and you will get your money back at the other time. Okay? Thank you very much.
Yes, please join for a lunch, sir. After, please again reassemble by 2:15. So 2:30 there is international session. So through webinar. Please, thank you.